Thanks for joining, everybody. Welcome to the Q1 2022 Tikit Webinar. Excited to go over some great content with you today. Let me go ahead and flip the slide here. Got a few of us on the line. My name is Joel Doss. I am the Director of Sales for Tikit. See some familiar faces on the attendee list, or familiar names rather, on the attendee list so far, and also some new ones. I think I've spoken with many of you. Joined by Justin Root, our COO with Syrison, which is Tikit's parent company, and also Adam Dezaki, our product manager for Tikit. So just a brief agenda. We have about 30 to 40 minutes of content laid out, I think. Going to start with Justin kind of leading us through a look back at the evolution of support ticketing processes. And that kind of, talks to traditional ticketing solutions and gets into sort of the background of Tikit and why we chose to develop this solution. From there, Adam will get involved with some walkthroughs of more key features of Tikit, and we'll get into sort of a look forward, what our plans are for this system, going into 22. From there, we've got some promotional content to talk about. We'll summarize a lot of the content here and get you on your way. So excited to go through this. Along the way, if there's any questions, be sure and plug those into the question and answer section in the GoToWebinar product, and we will answer those along the way as best we can. So Justin, I think we're ready for you.
All right. And Joel, could you confirm for me that you could see my slide?
Yep, looks good.
All right, well, thank you everyone for joining. As Joel mentioned, my name is Justin Root. I'm Chief Operating Officer at Syrison, the parent company for Tikit. For those that don't know, Syrison is a Microsoft Gold partner. We have been in existence since 2011, and we launched this business with the idea of building IT service and asset management software that attaches to and really enhances existing Microsoft technology that a lot of customers already own. So, why is that relevant to Tikit? Well, we talk to a lot of customers and prospects about our background and how, they can really trust that a lot of that has gone into Tikit. And I think it's a great way to kick off today's webinar. So talk about what we've learned over the last 10 years at Syrison working with enterprise customers, globally over thousands of consulting hours and across hundreds of companies that we've worked with. And I think one of the biggest things that we have surfaced over that 10 years is the fact that most service desk implementations or projects struggle because of one major reason, and it is misaligned expectations. So misaligned expectations from multiple angles. IT's expectations of what they're getting from the vendor, end users' expectations of what they're getting from IT, and really that comes down to a handful of things that we have kind of fleshed out or brought to the surface over the last 10 years. And we think it's really helped us in how we have developed Tikit and how we work with our customers. So to go into each of these briefly, oftentimes when a customer purchases a new service desk solution, it's overly complex for what they're trying to achieve. So what they're trying to achieve is to be able to mature how they manage tickets, maybe deal with growth within their organization, growth of end users, growth of customers and revenue, and being able to deliver a new level of service that they haven't delivered before. It's also more time consuming than they expect. Not just the actual installation process. I mean, oftentimes today you can purchase a new SaaS service desk solution and install it in 10 or 15 minutes, but it's the configuration, it's bringing in your users, it's setting up roles and security, integrating with other data, setting up reporting that you need to know how you're performing. All of those things take time, and a lot more time than expected usually. It's process intensive. So most organizations that are getting into service desk either for the first time or looking to mature from their initial first service desk to something that can allow them to do more, they realize that they haven't really defined their processes in a way that makes them easy to implement. So they lean on the software that they purchased and maybe some consulting time to really flesh out what those processes should be and how to implement them. And finally, it's deceptively expensive, and I don't necessarily just mean in licensing. Licensing has become more and more transparent over the years because vendors are really trying to be more competitive and earn your business. It's really more about the implementation once again. So one of the biggest things we see that are unexpected costs for service desk customers is integrating with third-party systems and unlocking the data that they have in those systems in a secure way that allows them to use that as it relates to service desk. And a great example might be asset data in another third-party system, right? So why is all of this important? Well, we have established over the last 10 years how to overcome these, and we have put almost everything that we have learned into this ticket product. Now, again, we've got hundreds of enterprise customers on the Cyrusson side, and we are growing Ticket. But one of the best things that's happened for Ticket is our understanding of how to build solutions that take advantage of your existing Microsoft technology investments. And with that, how to do it in a secure way, unlocking all of the power of the data that you have across that platform. So there's where Ticket comes in. But it didn't just start that way. It started out kind of, if any of you have seen our website, our about page, it started out with an AI experiment for our enterprise customers over at Cyrusson. End of 2019, beginning of 2020, we started experimenting with the idea of AI-based ticket deflection in Teams for our existing enterprise customers. And somewhere, kind of knee deep in that experiment was March 2020 when the whole world changed. And we saw that a lot of our enterprise customers were moving remote and were having struggles. We understood that there were likely, smaller or mid-sized organizations that were running into the same thing. A lot of organizations were, delaying a shift into cloud, and all of a sudden got a violent shove into cloud adoption, right? And so we saw this opportunity to maybe build into more than just AI ticket deflection to start being able to manage tickets from an Office 365 perspective. And so we started building out the first set of features for Ticket. It started with simply creating a ticket from a Teams chat, which is likely the reason that all of you are here today. Most organizations are looking for new ways of being able to manage tickets in Teams because their entire organization has likely now adopted Teams in a very big way. The second thing is, work that ticket in Teams. So add notes, update the ticket, close it, and then be able to report off of it. And then deploy an AI-driven virtual agent, which was that ticket deflection that we started to experiment with, and we saw could be the linchpin of the entire thing. And then create an automated business rules engine. So, being able to help, manual efforts become a little bit more automated. So we rolled this out in February of 2021. We got our first handful of customers. I want to say 3 to 5 customers in our first 30 to maybe 45 days. And those customers told us, man, we are excited about what you guys are doing. But having said that, they're still missing a few things. And instead of going out and building a bunch of features that we felt the market would ask for, we waited for that feedback. And so really that kind of first major iteration of Teams ticketing as it relates to the product Ticket ended or rounded out with being able to add file attachments to tickets in Teams, and then also being able to convert an email into a ticket, because not every employee is comfortable with or really daily, using Teams, right? So the ability to consume those emails and create a ticket from that. So, this is kind of the humble beginnings of Ticket, but it has really evolved. And I think it's really important for us to point out that it's evolved mainly because of our customers. So our customers are helping us to drive the roadmap in a huge way. The features that we're building today are coming from not just our own 10 years of expertise, which we kind of do build out some of our roadmap around that, but we're also leaning on our customers to tell us this is the next thing we need to continue to grow with Ticket. And it's been this really interesting organic approach that we've taken. So you can see here on this list what's come out of direct customer feedback, statuses, categories, and support groups. Ticket templates, which you'll see here shortly, with the ability to create custom forms. And we really think this is a market-changing feature. It's a new way of looking at how you gather information from your end user as you support them. A web-based end user self-service portal. Again, for those that don't live in Teams or don't really know where to go to find that latest request that they asked for, a web portal to be able to see what's open, to be able to submit new requests. The ability to create a ticket on behalf of a user in Teams. This is a big one. And we got a lot of feedback from customers saying, hey, if somebody calls me, or if I'm still in the office and someone comes to my cube and says, hey, I have this problem, I shouldn't have to send them back to their desk so they can open up a chat with me, and then I can create a ticket from that. So now the ability to create a ticket in real time when you're on the phone with someone or talking in real time. A fresh user interface and layout in the Ticket web app. Those of you that have been around with us for a long time have seen the initial web app interface and kind of those humble beginnings. We've now really elevated that experience, and we're very, very close to being able to replace the old user interface with the existing one. And then I know this is a big topic of late, improved page and ticket load times. So for those of you that have experienced any slowness in loading, we're definitely working on that, both from an infrastructure perspective to better support the rapid growth we've seen in the last couple of quarters, but also in page load times with the new web UI. So thank you for hanging in there with that. Thank you for providing feedback. And as a last note on this, if you do have any feedback and haven't shared it already with our product team, please reach out to the Tikit team. Alex Smith, our onboarding specialist, or even Joel, as you heard him, our director of sales, start out this presentation. Let us know so we can continue to improve the speed and efficiency of these UIs for our customers. Another area that we really felt was kind of the core of this offering was the fact that we're building in a ticketing solution into Microsoft 365, something Microsoft hasn't come around to doing just because I don't believe it's the right fit for their roadmap and where they're headed, but it's the ideal fit for Cyerson and Tikit, that 10 years of experience we talked about. So we're digging in more into how we can help you to unlock more value, unlock the data that you have across the Microsoft 365 platform. So we started out, our first big leap was Teams, but then we kind of expanded. So with file attachments, we don't store that in a database that Tikit spins up. We store that in your own OneDrive, helping you with any security concerns and making sure that the only people have access to, any screenshot that could maybe have sensitive data are only within your organization, established with your security parameters. Our first Power Platform connector was Power BI to help expand the ability to report and do dashboarding off of Tikit data. So that is available today. And then Office 365, Intune, and also Azure AD links in user profiles. So you should have the ability to go to a user profile within Tikit, click on a link that can take you out to Intune, for example, and to see the asset data related to that employee, that particular user. So these are some of the ways that we have started to really dig into opening up all the power of the data that you have across this platform. But we're looking to dig in more. And so with that, we're going to actually give you a bit of a demonstration as to, kind of where Tikit is today, cover off on a couple of the items I just talked about before we jump into the future of Tikit. I'm going to hand it over to Adam Dezaki at this point to walk us through. Adam?
Thanks, Justin. Let me find the right window. Groups, and I think we're good. Let me know. So presumably you could see the groups window on my screen.
I can see the web app UI. Yes, sir, groups.
Awesome, thanks. So like Justin said, what we started doing was we wanted to make it just really simple to say, in Teams, turn a message into a chat. We want to be able to support file attachments in your OneDrive, right? Again, when we talk about these humble beginnings of Tikit inside of Teams, this is what we're referring to. But some of the features that we added over the course of last year and even into late last year, which again driven pretty much entirely by you, our customers here, are a few things that I want to touch on. And first, I want to start with groups. We introduced the idea of groups because we recognize that originally everyone just had one team and one triage channel, and all the tickets come into the triage channel. But depending on the size of customer you are, depending on maybe the volume of tickets that you get, that can get a little unwieldy pretty quickly. And so with support groups, what we introduced was the ability to say, we're going to let you turn multiple channels within your team essentially into their own triage channels of sorts. So apart from the primary channel, the primary triage channel where all the tickets arrive, there are now other tiers of support with these channels and support groups, right? So if I go to level 2 in my support team, here's my level 2 tickets, here's my networking tickets. And again, you'll also notice this respects the Teams UI because we have, it's bold. The channel's bold, so I know I have an unread notification in there, and I know that there's something pending me viewing and checking out. So that's support groups. The next thing that we added was templates. Again, when we started Tikit, we started with this experiment of ticket deflection. We wanted to say, if I ask a certain question, can we train artificial intelligence to deflect to an appropriate response, to an appropriate knowledge article? And while that worked, and it's been great, and it works for everyone that is, training their bots with their own domain-specific knowledge, the question that essentially always was coming up, it was always inevitable from everybody, was, wouldn't it be great if instead of a knowledge article, I could get a custom form, a template of sorts, a way to have a structured set of data, a way to phrase a certain series of questions ask for certain inputs, get what I need from someone who's submitting a ticket, rather than just, you know, a vague ticket that could come in through HelpBot. And that's what we did with templates. And we did this by letting you create a template, give it a name, set some initial properties. So out of the gate, this is exactly what would happen when the ticket gets created. But more importantly, giving you this custom form through the Microsoft Adaptive Cards framework, right? And with this tool, you can build any form that you want to display to your end user, right? So I've built a little reset a password template, and you can see that, oops, let me minimize this over here. You can see that I can set the text, I have the font type, right? I could have a text block of, you know, again, what do you want to get reset unlocked? And I can even have like a multiple choice selection, right? So you could pick one of these. And again, it's a way to present a user with choices, but also kind of key some information for yourself on the back end. And I guess just to see this in action, I'm gonna go back over to Tikit. I'm gonna go talk to HelpBot real fast. And if I were to say, like, you know, I'm having email trouble, something that I think maybe a few of you on this call may be familiar with from me saying. When I say I'm having email trouble, HelpBot will obviously think about that and come back with, you know, make sure Outlook's in online mode, right? It's deflected to a knowledge article. But if I were to say, need to get my password reset, when I say need to get my password reset, HelpBot will think on it and return the custom form that I built. And again, this really comes back to something, you know, we have felt strongly about ever since the inception of this, which was this really turns a knowledge base on its head, right? Because a knowledge base is only as good as the people that, one, choose to search it, but two, the people that can maintain it, right? You have to go out of your way to go search a knowledge base, but with HelpBot, with coming through this central one point of communication, it doesn't really feel like I'm searching, I'm just served with the right answer. And with templates, we can lean into that artificial intelligence further, because now not only are you served the right knowledge article, you are potentially served the right template out of the gate. And again, completely transparent to you as an end user interacting with HelpBot. Second to last thing I want to touch on is the update that we made to web.tikit.ai for end users specifically. If you were an end user previously and you navigated to this website, you may have gotten a notification that said you don't have permission or you don't have access. But now, end users that choose to head over to web.tikit.ai can not only see all of their tickets in the system, but they're also free to update their tickets in the system, right? They don't have to be in Teams to do this. They can leave new comments, they can upload files, right? Another avenue for updating tickets as an end user. And last but not least, the thing that I wanted to touch on was, of all of these integrations, the one that we were hearing a lot about is, you know, the dashboards that exist in Tikit are certainly helpful, but what if I want to design my own? What if I want to build my own dashboards? And we heard this and we realized that, again, this is another opportunity for a strong Microsoft integration with Microsoft Power BI. So available on our blog, we published a Power BI dashboard that any and all of our customers are free to download and immediately distribute to their respective team. And in this case, what I've done is I've taken that Power BI dashboard and I've published it directly into my triage channel so that anyone on my support team can come to dashboards and see this ticket data. And now now with this being said, Power BI is connected directly to the ticket backend, which means these charts updates as tickets flow through the system. It also means you as a customer are free to edit, change, modify, build, use this as a starting block, do as you will with this Power BI dashboard. So with all that said, I just want to bring you up to speed on some of our more recent features in Tikit. I'm going to turn this back over to Justin.
Thanks, Adam. Take a second here to bring up the slide deck again. Adam, could you confirm for me? You see demo time?
Yes, I can.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so a great demo by Adam, kind of showing, again, I think it really highlights the evolution of the product. So talking about where we started with the product and simple Teams ticketing, right click, create a ticket from a chat to today, you can see the evolution, or maybe a better word would be maturation of this product. And I think, maturity comes into Service Desk in a big way. So just thinking back to, what I talked about at the beginning. So one of the main reasons that Service Desk projects fail is due to misaligned expectations. And a couple of those things really stand out as to where we think an M365 product, a product that is integrated into Microsoft 365, can really go a long way to help remove some of those barriers, or at least alleviate some of the pain that comes with trying to mature what you're doing with your Service Desk. So, let's talk a little bit about the timeline here for Ticket. And I'll let this slide play out, but this is kind of giving us an idea of where we are headed. And it talks about, the launch in February of 2021 with the simple features, really developing what we've called our Teams ticketing product, with essential Service Desk and Teams ticketing features, right? And then later in 2021, we were able to really kind of harden what we believe is a fully functional Teams ticketing solution. And Adam really just kind of showed you some of those features that kind of round out what that could look like, right? That if you just wanted to do Teams ticketing and you just wanted to support your organization through there, you have the capabilities to do that with Ticket today. You also have the capabilities to expand that into Ticket Mobile. You have the capabilities to work it in our web app. And what we want to do is we want to announce a new product today that is a further evolution of what we've been building on. But before I actually make the formal announcement, I just want to point out, once again, those 4 things that stand out. When somebody goes to mature what they're doing around Service Desk, they find that the solution they purchased is overly complex. They find that it takes them longer to implement and configure. They find that it's very process intensive and they need to go and reevaluate the processes, setting them back. And then finally, it ends up being unexpectedly expensive because they have to start figuring out how to unlock that data and integrate. So what we're looking to do there is to help alleviate some of that pain for those organizations that want to mature with a product. And what you find is once you implement this and you get through all of that pain, then you start to hit a ceiling after a year or two, and you need to look at reevaluating your Service Desk again. And what you should be able to do is grow with a single product as you want to mature processes, as you want to unlock more value from your data across the M365 platform. And so today I'm announcing that we are launching our Microsoft 365 Service Desk product. This is really a further evolution of what we've been building off of around Teams ticketing. What you should be able to do with this new product, this Microsoft 365 Service Desk, is to take what you've established, if you've implemented our Teams ticketing product, mature your support processes, just like we've been discussing, with more advanced Service Desk features, but also deeper Microsoft 365 integrations. So there's some details that kind of need to come with this, obviously, right? We're formally launching this on Tuesday, March 3rd, and that the starting price is going to be, $500 per month. And paid monthly. We will have a discounted program for annual cost, or annual subscription, excuse me. But with that, we are also increasing our Teams ticketing pricing from the current $75 per month to $100 per month. So that price increase for Teams ticketing goes into effect immediately. Our pricing is changing for our Microsoft Teams ticketing product, effective immediately, and we will be launching our M365 Service Desk product May 3rd. So there's going to be a lot of questions about, what does this mean for me? Whether you're an existing paying customer, whether you're a prospective customer evaluating our solution and interested in where we're headed with this product, want to join this journey. Here's a really big reason why you need to become a Ticket customer as fast as you can. As soon as you feel like you've got the right fit, no matter what questions you have to ask, we'll answer them. But it's a really good idea to get involved. It's because we're passionate about taking care of our customers, and we're passionate about partnering with our customers. So I also would like to announce for our existing paying customers today that any current customers will be getting this upgrade at no additional cost. Whatever our existing customers are paying today, they will continue to pay for our Microsoft 365 Service Desk product. And those of you that are prospective customers, I'm really excited that we have a promotion for you as well. So hang in there with me and listen. We will get to that. But I just think it's really important that those of you out there that have picked up on what we're putting down, right, have really gotten involved since the early days, have helped us make this product what it is today, and have supported us all along the way by giving us accolades and reviews, and talking to anybody that has asked us for some sort of a reference. We are so grateful that you're going to continue this journey with us at your early adopter pricing. We're very, very grateful for all that you do. So the only caveat, the only thing that you need to keep in mind is we will be reaching out to you over the next month to ask you for even more feedback. And so as a part of that, we'll be looking to maybe get some additional reviews, get your help on some things. But as soon as we engage with you on that, you'll know where you stand as far as the M365 service desk upgrade. So congratulations to all of our earliest adopters and all of our current paying customers. We're very, very excited about this and very excited for you as well. So talk a little bit more, I guess, before we, kind of get into our promotion for prospective customers who are currently evaluating our solution. I want to touch on what this really means. So it's built for Microsoft 365. We've been saying that this entire webinar. This product was born out of the opportunity for those that are heavily invested in Microsoft 365 and Microsoft Cloud technology to mature at their pace, to implement features and to potentially increase their licensing costs at their pace, right? Not being forced into a product that is maybe overly mature for them because it's a leader in the market. So what we're looking to do here is unlock more value, more data across that platform, like we've been talking about today with the service desk product. So we will be launching with an Intune connector. We will be bringing out a Power Automate connector, and we will be adjusting how we manage our full API access. So currently, we had one single product offering in our Teams ticketing. We'll be looking to pull our full API access into the more mature service desk products. There will be some adjustments as to feature set in each of these products. And then we're also looking at, again, more advanced service desk features. What does that really mean? We've been getting a tremendous amount of requests over the last couple of quarters for, things that feel standard in a service desk, SLAs, approvals and surveys, relating tickets, merging tickets. And then also we've been getting a request here since the kickoff of the new year for some level of multi-department segregation support. And so that will be on its way as well. I have to admit that support for multiple may be so long. We are actively developing, but it will be coming by May. So this really burst of the service. With that, I'd like to hand it to so he can go deeper into those features.
All right, thanks, Justin. Let me grab my screen again here. Nope, not that one. All right, and then hopefully we should see, right, the slide for Build for 365, correct?
Yep.
Excellent, okay.
Yep.
So, and now we can see approvals, right? Same page?
Yep.
Excellent. So, again, we went over this demo, I went over this demo of like, here's some kind of like, our higher end features, that round out and fit within Teams ticketing. But as we look to this future of like this next round of enhancements, next round of features, let's talk approvals. Let's talk about all the cool stuff that we're going to be bringing into Ticket. And again, starting with approvals. So something that we've heard is if you're using templates, if you're servicing requests, whatever you're doing, and maybe you're granting access to someone's OneDrive or giving someone access to a SharePoint website, maybe it's not necessarily your call to do that, right? Maybe it makes more sense that you are the implementer, right? You're the doer of this task, but you're not necessarily the one approving it. And so with approvals, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the opportunity in for you to require an approval before going forward on a ticket. And again, you can see that over on the right-hand side of the screen. I have approval 1, ticket approval. Everyone has votes. You can see when that approval was requested. So we're certainly excited about this. Now, if you look closely on this window, you may notice 2 other features, which I'm actually going to be getting to as well. And that's next up with service level agreements, or SLAs. What we're going to do with SLAs is provide a way for organizations to define, well, essentially an SLA within Ticket. And so you can see here, I have a screenshot of some SLAs such as sub 30 minutes or loaner hardware, new hardware. And the idea is, are you as an IT department, an IT organization, meeting your own respective deadlines? And what SLAs allow you to do is say any and all types of requests of a specific criteria fall into an SLA, right? And so in this case, you could see that my new hardware SLA, maybe that makes the most sense on any ticket that comes in from the new hardware template. I'm promising to my business I will get resolved in 10 days. I will get completed within 10 days. And you can see that I have the tickets related to that SLA as well as the tickets that are breaching that SLA. It also should go without saying that this opens up some new reporting opportunities as well, right? Sure, you're resolving tickets, but how many of the tickets are you resolving that meet the SLA or breach the SLA? And again, we're going to let you define a host of different criteria for what that SLA means. So here, when I create an SLA, I can give it a name, but then I also choose a status, my initial status. What ticket status is a ticket in that it should fall into this SLA? And then moving forward, what happens as that ticket is approaching an SLA breach? And what happens when that ticket breaches an SLA? And actually, I wanted to go back just real quickly here. So apart from the status, you can also define the criteria. So you could say all tickets that are in a status of pending with a title that is like or starts with or a support group is level 2. Again, all of the properties that you're familiar with and you've seen inside of automations, we're bringing and making accessible and available within SLAs so that you can better scope and define them. And like I was saying here with SLAs, we could say, as it is approaching the breach, maybe I want a Teams and an email notification. When it is breached, maybe I want only an email notification, and I want to invoke an action. I want to invoke one of my automations. So we're really excited about what SLAs can do because they go beyond just simply notifying people, whether it be the assigned user or the group. You can now kick off another automation behind the scenes when an SLA gets breached. So super excited about that. And then next, and this is something that we've heard on our roadmap, just like SLAs, is the idea of relating tickets. And specifically the scenarios that we've heard have been things like, I want to merge tickets. I have a parent ticket and I need to relate these other tickets as child tickets. And those really kind of all fall underneath the umbrella of related tickets. And so with related tickets, oh, it looks like that doesn't fit on the screen, apologies. With related tickets, we're going to offer you the ability to, on a ticket, choose how you want to relate other tickets to it. Do you want to merge those tickets? Do you want to just relate them because they kind of have some sort of relationship with one another? Or do you want to make them a parent-child? So in the case of merge, all I would have to do is select, here's all the tickets I want to merge. And then I get this confirmation of, are you sure you want to merge these tickets, right? In which case, tickets 54, 24, 983, et cetera, all get merged into ticket 439. All the comments come up to ticket 439 from those other tickets. And all of those other tickets' file attachments also come up to that new ticket. Again, just a new way of managing tickets and making it much easier to manage tickets at scale inside of Ticket. But the thing I've been kind of like itching and racing towards here has really been this feature. This is something we've heard on our roadmap. This is also something that, again, from the Cyrusson side, we're really excited about because, again, coming from the land of ticketing and also asset management, we know the power of those two things together. And so the other feature that we're also bringing in and announcing here is integration with Microsoft Intune, and more than just simply a URL redirect. With our Intune integration, what we're going to be able to do is navigate to a user inside of Ticket and view their devices. And if you look really closely here, and it's important to recognize like what's on the screen here, we can see the devices that they've enrolled with the organization through MDM, whether they're corporate owned devices or they are personal owned devices. And the other thing you can also see here is the level of detail that is provided from Intune and now surfaced directly inside of Ticket. So in the case of the desktops or the iPhones, right, we could see what operating system they're running, whether they're compliant, and even the free space on those systems. And if you're looking really closely, right beneath the free space on the desktop and iPhone, is that we also have some quick actions, such as delete, wipe, reboot. These are all things that we're going to make available directly inside of Tikit with our Intune integration. And now, with that said, time to turn it back over to, I believe, Joel, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
Awesome.
So it looks like,
and I can see it.
All right, I was just about to ask you that. Yeah, so this is Joel Doss again. As I mentioned at the top, I am part of the sales team, so this is a bit of a shameless sales plug, be forewarned. But just wanted to cover off on the specifics of this new customer promotion. So again, as Justin mentioned, if you're not currently a customer of Tikit, we are offering the M365 edition, which will come out on May 3rd, at the price of the current Teams ticketing edition. So to move forward with that, it's pretty simple. You just need to initiate a trial, which you can do out of the Microsoft App Store, and then enter valid credit card information into the billing menu by Saturday, April 30th. If you do that, you'll automatically be logged as a participant in this promotion. There is no annual commitment required or anything like that. It's still just a month-to-month subscription commitment, and be well positioned to enjoy that next round of features that we'll be dropping on May the 3rd. Again, if you're an existing customer, just to reiterate what Justin said, we've enjoyed working with you thus far. Really appreciative of all the feedback that's been provided from our existing customers. Again, that has played a major role in what this product is today and what it's going to develop into over the course of the coming year and beyond. So we will be in touch with you about specifics on taking advantage of our offer to move existing customers up to the M365 edition. But yeah, either way, really excited for all the interest in Tikit. We're going to put some questions up on the screen here in a second. Really just specifics around what your if you have specific questions, or raise your hand for any reason. So we'll give you about 30 seconds or so to respond to this, and then we will be near the end of the road. Okay, I did not run a stopwatch, but that felt like about 30 seconds. So final comments. Really appreciate the interest and the attendance today. Hope the content was helpful. Please feel free to drop any final questions into the Q&A section. We will follow up directly within 48 hours, likely sooner. Again, the promotion period for M365 Service Desk is open until the end of April. And we hope that you guys take advantage of it.